Do I need to introduce myself? You all know who it is. It's me, TONIK TZW, here in the Tier 6 French Tech Tree Cruiser, the Toulon. And I've been grinding this one all week to get up to the Tier 7 ship, and it was a painful grind. It took me a long time to get anything out of this ship, and my average stats aren't to be smiled at, to be honest, because they were pretty much average. I had a few good games. I've got a 3000 XP game saved somewhere that I'll put on as well. And this was my highest damage game, which came as I was rolling up to the end of the grind. Now, you'll notice that the first 2.5 minutes of this video is missing because literally nothing moved. Nothing moved at all. And it's only going to get worse from there, because the battleship that's here behind me is AFK, and a couple of our other battleships are just going to go YOLOing in, and I'm going to make what I'm going to call a tactical retreat. We're going to have a few surprises in this one. Sorry, excuse me, I had to clear my throat. I've got a bit of a dry throat and a bit of a cold at the moment. But most of Red Team are on this side of the map. All the battleships, and I'm in a cruiser. And this cruiser isn't the greatest cruiser that I've been playing. There are certainly better cruisers out there. And one of the things that I found with this ship is that I was just getting over penetrations on cruisers, and I just wasn't really getting any damage off the battleships. And it's got around a 22 second reload on it. So when you go up against most other cruisers, they're getting 2 salvos in for your one, if not more. If you've got a rapid fire cruiser, they're getting 3 salvos in for your one. Now, these 2 battleships here, you can see they've abandoned B cap, sailed over here, sailed straight into the cap. They're both absolutely broadside to everything out there. And bang, that guy is gone. Now, the destroyer did the right thing. He went in and stole B cap the same way you've seen me do it, and he's headed across to help out A cap. Now, there are 3 ships there against 2, plus the destroyer, so that's 4 versus 2, and they're still going to make a bit of a pig's ear out of it, and take the time doing it. And we have a horn tutor on blue team. I want to say it's the Ruprecht. But our carrier is focusing across on A cap, where there's very few of red team. And you saw me call them for help and ping the map and say, look, they're pretty much all across here. This is where we could really do with the help. There's no point in pushing into this cap with all of those guns in front of us. And the only destroyer on red team is on this side of the map as well. And I've decided that, well, sorry, no, there's nothing I can do to stop this push. There is far too much steel out there for me to do anything with this ship. So I'm now pulling a retreat. Anytime that I go to get a shot on anything at all, it disappears. And that ship that's AFK behind me, I've decided to use him as my spotter, even though he's not in the game and he's not playing. Great job, by the way, whoever you are. He is going to get shot at, and that is going to mean that the red team ships will stay spotted, and the turret traverse on this is equally awful. It's so painfully slow, it's unbelievable. We are getting pushed hard. I think there's 3 battleships, the Zara, the destroyer, the carrier's focus, and this side as well. And there is another battleship out there, which thankfully was also AFK for red team. So we're going to do what we can, and we've only got armor piercing loaded, but we'll put some shots out towards that destroyer, see if we can do anything. And every time this Zara appears, I'm in the middle of a reload, and I think he knows that. Disappears again behind the island, pops up again. I'm already turned. Look at how slowly these turrets traverse, and then he disappears again. So we'll just blind fire that spot and hope that we can get a shot on him. Now, the other guys across there on ACAP have finally taken care of the two ships across there. Instead of coming through the center of the map, because obviously the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. However, it appears, I think, like I said, I think it was a Ruprecht. I think he's been drinking because there is no way that his line is straight. He is heading for the back of the map, which is where he thinks the aircraft carrier is. But guess what? No, it's not. The aircraft carrier is nowhere near where he was last spotted. He is pushing down with these guys. And look, shot and shot and takes forever to get there. The Zara is pushing across this way. And I'm guessing the only good thing here is that Red Team are focused on killing ships and not on the capture points. We are a ship down in comparison, but we do control the caps, and that is going to give us the points. And if you look at the minimap there, the destroyer is coming back towards the center because I think he's realized that the carrier isn't out there, but the battleship is still going on. And there you go, look, 2 over penetrations and 2 hits and pretty much nothing else. Now you'd think against something like a Zara that I would be able to do a reasonable amount of damage. We're going to try and shoot him through the face because that's worked with other ships before, but it's not going to work with this one. The carrier is harassing the battleship here, and you're going to see people make a bit of a mistake.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
I have got a terrible cold and I'm sniffing and coughing in between the dialogue for this video. Now, this battleship turns full broadside and we just miss out as the Zara rolls his smoke. We know torpedoes are going to be coming, and I didn't fire my guns because I know I would be on a smoke fire penalty. There are the torpedoes from our destroyer, and our destroyer is going to do something that I just didn't comprehend whatsoever. Now, if you've ever seen a drunk person in a nightclub going down a staircase holding a tray of drinks, that is the equivalent of what this destroyer is going to do. And you can see that everybody's shooting at the Warspite, even though he's actually got, nobody at the helm, and he is no risk to anybody, which is why I haven't been shooting at the Warspite. We take a torpedo on the nose, we get the Zara spotted, but our destroyer just runs straight through the middle in front of him, and I'm thinking, how did you not know he was there? His shadow was on the map, the smoke screen was there, and would you really go charging straight into a smoke screen? Now, thankfully, there the one of the battleships picks that guy up while I was waiting for my reload. So now we're going to try and get onto this buy-in, and this is where things are going to get a little bit messy. Now, I want to use this smoke, and I also want to get shots on this buy-in. You can see that that battleship is all the way in the 6 o'clock position of the minimap now, still chasing the aircraft carrier. And even though this buy-in is the one that is doing all the shooting, everybody seems to be fixated on the battleship that is dead in the water at the back of the map. I know it's a free kill, but it's no risk to us, which is why I'm not shooting at it. There is the carrier, though. He is running, and I'm going to fluff this first salvo a little bit, and I'm trying to keep an island on my left between me and the guys behind us, but there's going to come a point where I am going to have to move, and I don't want to get pinned between the buy-in and the guys behind us. Really hoping that buy-in would disappear, but there we go. They take out their dead ship, and I'm going to put my turrets on to the Ranger, having learned from my first salvo that I need to lead him a little bit more, and then I'm going to try and pull a 180 as we double citadel that guy, and this ship turns faster than the turrets. and I'm trying to keep my turrets there ready to fire as soon as they're able to, but I don't want to be giving up a broadside to these guys on my left because I'm not really paying attention as I turn through here. And there we go. We get absolutely clattered off the Ismail. We didn't do a lot to the Ranger on that one, but I'm going to stay focused on him. Battleship there has turned face first into the rock, and so we're going to go bow in and we're going to run at this Ismail, because what I'm thinking is if I can kill the carrier, I can hopefully ram the Ismail, and that will be that. The big grey French torpedo. This Ismail is going to regret this salvo for the entire week, I dare say, because instead of shooting at me, he shoots at the battleship behind me, and that gives me time to reload. He is flat broadside, and this I did not expect, but that is a quadruple citadel, high caliber, dev strike, and he is gone. We're up to 133,000 damage, and I'm feeling more confident now as I push through this gap, because I'm thinking between me and this battleship, we can finish this guy and hopefully finish the destroyer as well and secure the win for the team. That was my thought as I came through here anyway, until the Friedrich got killed. I'm committed now. I have to go through. There's nothing really I can do about it. I get absolutely shafted by this turret traverse here. We get a good hit on. We're going to have to go bow in, get the secondaries onto the destroyer there. But this is the thing, the turrets turn slowly, and we get battered. And I'm thinking, who do I shoot? Do I shoot the destroyer? Do I shoot the Gneisenau? What am I going to do here? And I aim too low with the first turret, and we get shatters and bounces and go higher for the second. And of course, it doesn't give us the kill, but we do pick up a Confederate. We're bowing, thinking, can we bounce anything off this guy? No, we can't. We are out of the game. We just break 150,000 damage. And the only thing I can say is that my sacrifice there has kept those guys from turning the cap. It's kept the points lead in our favour. And then I was looking at Mr. Horntutor here, who's been sailing all the way around the outside of the map. And he's going to continue to toot his horn as the game draws to a close and the clock ticks down. And you can see me miking up there, and I'm saying, please, for the love of God, do not turn broadside, because if they come through that gap, you are dead and we lose the game. But yeah, there we go. There's the horn toot. He did turn broadside, and God, thank God, or whoever your religious deity is. But there we go. We get a win out of that one. One of the better games I've played in the Toulon. And I was glad that that one was over with a victory to give me the extra bit of XP to boost me up to the tier 7. So I hope you have enjoyed that one. Smash the like button, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And you can always take up a membership for as little as 99p a month. And until next time, take care and goodbye.